We're live. Okay, Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Hello, this is Yvonne from My Halal Kitchen, and I am here to talk to you today live with Abdullah Naki, the founder of the Blessed Seed Oil Company. And he's a very interesting person with an interesting background and interesting products. One of my favorite ingredients in the whole universe, the black seed. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome, Brother Abdullah. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah, fine. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm great. Alhamdulillah. Feeling good. Taking my black seed oil every day. Yeah, the ones you sent me. I actually have them back here. So interesting how we met. One of your colleagues reached out to me and mentioned that you had these black seed oil products, and I get queries all the time, and there's all kinds of black seeds on the market and black seed oil products. But what I was so interested about was that you had these different grades of black seed oil. So you have strong, mild, and extra strength. And I just found that to be really interesting, because then that tells me that you are really into a certain process that most people don't understand and don't know about different grades of the black seed oil. I think most of us, when we buy it, we are just looking at like one bottle of black seed oil. So I'd love for you to talk about that. But first, tell us a little bit about yourself and about how you started the Blessed Seed Oil Company. And I'm going to put a link up here for everybody to check you out.
Yeah, you put a link up, have you?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, so people can take a look. So
the reason I started it with my late wife, peace be upon her. It was her idea actually that we do business in black seed oil.
Wow.
And I did a little bit of research on it. There was a company we knew who were selling it, and they were selling it at a very high price. So I did the research and I saw, yes, we could do this as well. Mm-hmm. And so we looked for a machine, we bought seed, we pressed it in our, we had a small unit in our house which we could press seed in, and that's where we pressed it.
We started.
Then my wife drove to Germany because we were going to do this in Damascus.
Oh.
Places, but that is what our idea was, which was stalled short by a car crash that my wife was in. So I really kept the company on a bicycle level. Really didn't move very far because I didn't have very much inspiration after my wife passed away. Over the years, we got samples from many different countries, many different companies.
Of the seeds or of the oil?
Of the seed. And what I was most surprised is sometimes you get a very nice tasting olive oil like black seed oil. And other times you get an oil that tastes like, you drink it and you'd feel like this heat in the back of your throat.
Yes, and I have experienced that.
you think, why would I want this one? Why would I want this one when I can take the olive oil tasting black seed oil, which is very pleasant?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not too many people can take the taste of black seed oil at first if they're not used to it. It's different.
Well, there are different qualities of black seed oil. If you get a correct cold pressed black seed oil, you're going to get a nice tasting black seed oil. But that is also depending on the content of volatile oil in the oil.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get a black seed oil with a high content of volatile oil, it's going to be very pungent.
Where do all the black seeds grow in the world? So could you tell people, like, where would you find them growing naturally in the world?
Black seed grows naturally in hot climates.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to have a good irrigation as well. It needs rain. It likes water. Mm-hmm. So generally, the famous countries that grow it are India, Turkey, Egypt, Ethiopia, Sudan.
Wow.
It grows in America. They've started growing it in America. All the samples I've had from America, they're a bit chemical, you know, so I don't really deal with any seed company from there.
Yeah, as with a lot of things here. And I've seen it in Turkey and just in the markets in general, they have black seed pressers. You know, you just walk by them like you're going to buy tomatoes or lemons or something. It's really interesting, you know, that you can get it freshly pressed in the market.
That's a new phase in Turkey. That has only happened in the last 5 years.
Oh, really? Is that because there's more demand for it in Turkey?
I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened, but it's caught on. You know, one Turk does it, and he tells his friends, and his friends think, "Oh, I think I'll do that as well."
Exactly.
And it's fantastic because in Turkey, most of the black seed oil you get on the market in the supermarkets or in the shops, they are adulterated with different oils.
Yeah, and that's true of so many products, right? It's just hard to find pure things, and that's why I really liked what you have going on here because, you know, you guys were able to explain so much about your process. And if anybody looks at your website, you're going to see that you know, you have a chemical-free label, well, not label, but you talk about it there, and unadulterated and cold pressed, which I think most people only think of cold pressed as being for olive oil. So can you talk about that a little bit? How does that relate to black seed?
Cold pressed with olive oil is pressed with stones generally because it's a fruit. You know, it's not a seed, so it has to be pressed in a totally different manner. Now, when you press a seed to an oil, it's pressed with an expeller, which is a little bit like how they produce mincemeat.
Okay, does that sort of grind it up really, really fine and extracts all of the oils out of it, right?
The seed is compressed at a very
intense.
Yeah, it's very tense, and so the seed separates from the oil is separated from the seed and drips out.
Okay. And so you also mentioned slow pressed on your website. Now, what's the difference between cold press, slow press, or do they come together as a process? What does that mean?
Cold pressed is an interesting fact because everyone says our oil is cold pressed. Cold pressed has got to be below 40 degrees centigrade. No, below 40 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
No, it's got to be below 40 degrees centigrade. You need that heat because if you don't have the heat, you're not going to get the oil.
Okay, so you need a little heat. You can't be without.
40 degrees is quite a lot. It's more than our blood. Our blood is 37 degrees.
Okay.
And if you press it at a high velocity, you're going to get more oil. So some companies do that. They get a better production, so they get better profit. But the taste deteriorates.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I want consumers to know what you're doing because it does.
We used to get, to make it clear, we used to get our oil pressed in a company in England who have to follow all the procedures and they do it correctly. But I didn't like the taste. They press it too quickly. So we press it ourselves, we get a better taste. Or I use companies who are going to follow my recommendations. If they don't follow my recommendations, then you know we move on. We find someone who will do it, who will meet our recommendations. It's got to be the slowest speed possible for the seed to get an oil.
So how did you refine your process and kind of really understand the temperature and the length of processing time? How long did it take you to figure all this out and to come up with your sort of formula, your recipe for the right tasting oil and the right quality of oil.
Wow. How long have we got here? Weeks? Or
So we've been doing this.
that's a big question.
Yeah.
So generally, it's taken me years. Now, as I said initially, I wondered why, you know, why we don't always get the mild tasting, tasty black seed oil. Now, I got information from my medical herbalist who works for our company, and he advised us that this pungent taste, it comes from the volatile oil.
Volatile oil.
Oil, the essential oil content.
Mm-hmm.
So
which is unhealthy for us, right? That volatile oil means it's unhealthy. Is that correct?
No, essential oil, volatile oil is very healthy.
Oh, it's very healthy. Oh, okay. Can you explain that? Because I didn't know. When I hear volatile oil, I think that means like it's just not healthy.
Volatile is a volatile situation. It's an unpredictable situation.
Sure.
Volatile.
But what in the context of oil? I don't understand that part.
Well, you know that there's a remedy system from essential oils, don't you?
Yes, yes.
Volatile oil is another word for essential oil.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I learned something new today. Thank you. All right.
And the essential oil content can vary in black seed oil from 0.3%. There's a company in England selling black seed oil, and we had it analysed. Their oil, it's 0.3%, and they're selling huge amounts in England. This is a very, very mild oil, so their level of essential oil, thimaquinone, is very, very low at the same time. Now, research has shown that thimaquinone is the content in black seed oil which has got huge amount of healing properties, especially for cancer, for example.
Yes. I wrote an article about that, and in doing the research, that was one of the ingredients I discovered, and I had never heard of it before, only in the context of black seed. How is so much benefit in this tiny little seed? It's amazing, subhanAllah. It's miraculous, in fact.
Well, as the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, said, you know, it's black seed has got a remedy for every disease except death.
Right, and researchers are just now discovering so much that was, you know, we sort of just as Muslims believe. And
well, he said that 1400 years ago. That's why the Muslims. Yeah. That's why the Muslims use it. You know, they don't need scientific research. If the Prophet said something, they believe in it.
Exactly. But it's really it's really enlightening, heartening, exciting to see the research come out and sort of prove. You know, it's fun. It's fun to read, and it's fascinating, actually. I mean, if you think about how many people might actually find their way to reading about the Sunnah or Quran just through the science of the black seed, you know, because it's so important to us as Muslims. It's so important.
1995, Yvonne, black seed was rediscovered in Germany. Now, the reason for that is that a horse had got serious asthma, and the owner happened to be a top immunologist in Germany. And he said to his daughter, who owned the horse, he said, "Don't give it cortisone-based therapies." So they looked for everything. They couldn't find anything until a friend of the doctor, who was an Egyptian, said, "Give it black seed."
So
they gave it black seed. 3 days after, immediately it was relieved. 3 days after taking it, it didn't need the oxygen machine anymore.
Wow.
For within 3 weeks, it was going back to competitions because it was a show horse.
Wow.
Now, the doctor in Germany was astounded. So he tried the black seed on a patient of his who was also suffering from acute asthma. He was also cured. He couldn't believe it. So he took it to serious study. And from his study, black seed now has got 5 patents. I'm not saying it's from his study, but his study opened the sphere of people looking into black seed. So there's been a lot of research since then.
So, I mean, the or the what the Prophet ﷺ recommended was to have black seed with honey daily, basically, right?
That was the Prophet Muhammad's recommendation, absolutely.
Yeah, and I try to be really, really true to that. I mean, for years and years, I've been doing that. I mean, I think ever since I became Muslim and started reading about it, because everything food related was, captivating to me at first. But I think that some people might look at it as like they'll take it like when they're sick with something. But I think it's also just something I take just to maintain health and hopefully maintain that homeostasis in my body. At least that's what I believe it does. I don't know, but I take the your mild one every day, just a little teaspoon of it every day. And if I don't take the oil, I take the seeds with me. So I crush them a little bit and take that. But I have really bad allergies sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yes, especially to my cat, actually. And I sometimes I realized when I was traveling and I got off my schedule, my regimen, that I fell back into allergies really, really bad. And then I dug out my suitcase and had the oils, and I said, oh my gosh, I forgot to take them. And then started taking them, and like within a week I was much, much better. Like they were allergies were milder and less and less. So I don't know, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, I can't say that that's the connection, but for me, I know that that's something like I try to do every single day, and I do get off of it sometimes when I'm really busy or forgetful, but I try to keep it in my kitchen, like front and center in the morning for my morning routine, with like lemon water and flaxseed and honey. That's sort of like the thing I really, really try to do religiously. So someone is asking, Shami is asking, how should we take black seeds daily? They're asking that question. So what
you said a spoon a day. Are you taking a spoon a day?
I am, and, not too many seeds. I take like a little teaspoon.
Oh, you take the mild oil and you take the black seed honey.
I do one or the other usually. Yeah, one or the other. I don't do both. But if I'm doing the seeds, I'll just take a teaspoon of honey and then sprinkle some black seeds on top of that, and I have that. I mean, I don't know if that's enough. I mean, when I'm sick, actually, I'll do that about 3 times a day. And instead of the black seed with honey, maybe I'll just take the oil and some honey if I don't take the seeds. So if I'm sick, I'll do it 3 times a day. That was what I read actually in a recommendation by a study that I included in one of my articles. Let me see if I can find that article while you're talking, and then I'll link it up so people can read it. But the article I wrote was backed up by research that scientists are finding today to be just like phenomenal uses for it, and prevention as well as cure, if I must say. I mean, that's what people are saying. So I can't say that for sure, but very, very interesting concept. So also you have you're putting black seed into cosmetic products too. So I have here black seed oil and facial wash and face cream that you're doing. So why did you decide to put these into cosmetics?
Have you tried them?
Oh, yes. I mean, I know, like, black seed is very powerful. I'll tell you, when I first became Muslim, long time ago, I bought just a bottle of the oil in a Middle Eastern grocery store, and I had read all these like great things about black seed oil, and I wanted to put it everywhere, on my hair and my face, and my hair was no problem, but you really like rub it in the scalp and stuff like that. It's supposed to promote growth. I don't know. But I made the mistake of not reading enough about it, and I put it under my eyes, and I had severe burning under my eyes. So I did not, because black seed is so strong. You cannot put it on sensitive parts of your skin. And I know you say this on your bottles, don't put around your eyes. You really just put it on your face and maybe up here, but you don't put it underneath this very thin layer of skin. And that's because it does burn. It's an extremely powerful oil. So you don't need a lot of it. So I've had these for a while, and they're lasting a long time because I don't need a lot of it to use.
Well, I sent a few of these products off to ladies to do testimonials on video.
Oh, good.
They've all been amazed with it. We get quite a few testimonials from people. Now, what amazes most of the ladies who use it is you don't feel greasy after using it.
Oh yeah, that's it. Doesn't.
I'm not.
No, it doesn't. I think that most people, don't want to use oil on their face, but actually you need a little bit of oil to put moisture back into your skin. But I don't, yeah, they're right. I don't feel like I don't want to feel oily after I, wash my face. So that's true. That is very true about these. I think
very good for acne repair, eczema, skin problems, any sort of skin problems.
Oh, that's really useful for people to know.
Interestingly, our webmaster, his sister suffers from vitiligo.
Oh, that's the discoloring of the skin, right?
That's an exceptionally complicated condition to treat.
Yes, yes.
So he was advised by our medical herbalist to take the black seed oil, which he does. It hasn't reversed the vitiligo, but it stopped it.
Really? Really?
It's not going back, but it's not going forward either.
Wow. So there are so many, but I know so many people with children who have eczema, and I used to have it too when I was younger. And it was because my skin is so sensitive that anything with perfumes and dyes and unnatural things was way before I got into all the natural stuff, and I was breaking out my entire hands and arms. It looked like I had leather patches all over my arms and my legs. And it is the most painful thing I have ever experienced. And, walking into a health food store and a woman told me, you really need like natural oils to help get your skin healthy again and stay away from all of the unnatural stuff. And so that's sort of when I started reading about, more natural cosmetics and things like that. But black seed oil seems to me like this have this great balance between, giving your skin the moisture it needs, but not overdoing it. Does it like self-regulate or something? I mean, it's so fascinating. I don't know the science behind it.
Black seed oil is fascinating. It's huge. It's a huge product. I was speaking to my herbalist today, and this is going a little bit off it's not on the cosmetics that I'm replying. What he was speaking about today was the thimaquinone content, and how the different content of thimaquinone can be different to each person naturally.
Oh, and, okay.
He's now going to do a paper on which black seed oil is going to be suitable for which people and for which reasons. So he's presently doing research on that, which we're going to be writing on the website. As for the cosmetics, which is what you asked, it's hugely beneficial for the skin because it's antibacterial. It's got polyunsaturates, so it feeds the skin, and you just try it on your face. I've tried the oil on my face. I didn't really like that very much, but this cream with the black seed oil, which has got I don't know how he's made it, but he's made it with everything is natural. There's no parabens or any of these ingredients that you get in most of the commercial cosmetic companies.
Yes, and the first ingredient is usually the largest component in any product. And I think it's interesting that the first ingredient is water, right? And then Nigella sativa seed oil. So you've got a really good amount of the oil in your products. Usually,
there's a huge amount of oil in this product. 30% is a lot.
Have like that thing that they advertise is usually the last thing down the line. It's just such a small amount. They go with the minimum required.
A symbolic amount, so they can write it.
Yeah, and these are really nice pumps, ladies. They're really really good, and it's just very pretty.
Ladies, let me say to the ladies, you know, if you've got any skin problems, these ladies who tried it, you know, they got acne scars. They said the acne scars go. People who've got black spots, they go.
What about sunspots? I have a sunspot on my face, and I've not been able to get that off. Would it help?
Well, keep trying this cream, see what happens.
Let's see. Oh, it smells so nice, so nice. And you also have the soaps and the face masks, which are wonderful. I'm like, when I was in Turkey, I was sort of. Do you guys want to see?
Have you tried it?
This. Yeah, I did try a little.
Fantastic. This is a fantastic. I mean, I'm not a woman who goes out and buys cosmetics, so I can't compare it. But I've tried this, and it just makes your skin really smooth. You know, it's just beautiful what it does.
Yes, and the smell is so nice. I'm really sensitive to like powerful smells and ingredients that make me itchy. And for me, these have worked so well. This is like my little arsenal. I mean, I'm taking this traveling with me when I go back. So I'm like, okay, I've got these, and then I've got my daily doses. So can you answer some questions that people are asking, particularly about the grade of the oils?
Before I ask, the soap, fantastic. It's got rid of my dandruff.
Oh, so
I think nothing got rid of my dandruff, but this soap shampoo bar that you just showed.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's right. So this is not just a soap bar, but you can wash your hair with it.
It makes your hair very dry, but we've got an argan oil. If you put that on after washing it, it brings your hair back to normal.
Oh, no, that's a really good.
It's got rid of my dandruff, you know, and when I stop using it, my dandruff comes back. So even though it makes my hair a bit dry, I use it avidly. Oh God, you've gone off. Have I cut you off? Can you still hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. I was just opening up the soap. I haven't used the soap yet, but I just want to show people the color.
Okay.
It smells really nice. Yeah, so Krista hi Krista Sanam. She's my friend in Turkey. She writes the Turkish food blog, exploring the Turkish kitchen. So Sanam, Krista, she has a good question here. She's saying, are some oils stronger than others? So I think she's referring to the grades of blackseed. So maybe this is a good time to explain the grades of the oils that you have.
So if you show the bottles, that might help. There is a mild oil. Now this is the typical blackseed oil you're going to get in the market, mild blackseed oil. I call it mild because it's got a very small amount of essential oil content. And like I said, in England, it's 0.3%. The biggest seller in England, that's their content. But most blackseed oil has about 1%.
This is the one that tastes like very similar to the ones I've had before, you know, but it's smoother, I must say. It's a little smoother than the ones I've had before, but the taste, I mean, it's something I'm used to. I wasn't used to the strong and extra strong, but it kind of like when I taste it, I feel like something's working in there.
That's a thimaquinone, probably.
Sorry?
Thimaquinone.
Oh,
because the essential oil content, the most important content of the essential oil is the thimaquinone. So you go up to the next oil, and that's the original, which has a content of about 2%.
The strong is the original?
No, original is original. Obviously, you haven't got it.
No.
Got four. We've got 4 different oils.
I don't have the original here.
Okay.
Maybe I left it back in Turkey. I think you did give me all 4, but I probably left it back in Turkey. So I'll go back and get it. So you have the original as well. So how is the mild different from original? If the mild,
mild is you know, it's the one to give to your children or to babies.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
they're very sensitive. They don't need a strong blackseed oil.
Exactly.
Unless they're suffering from something like asthma, or they've got a serious condition. But most children and babies don't have serious conditions.
What would be the best one if you're going to just take a teaspoon daily? What's the best one that you should take? The mild or the original?
Well, that's hypothetical, but we recommend people to start with the mild or the original.
Mm. Okay.
Some people want something potent, so they go for the strong. Very, very rarely we get people who buy the strong and then say, you know, it's far too strong and I want my money back. And we offer a full 1 year money back guarantee, and so people can do that. It's not a problem.
I know
And then we've got the extra strong. Now that is the strongest black seed oil you can find in the world.
it is.
I've not found anything stronger. I've found companies who are selling it as strong as that. We used to be unique in selling the strongest black seed oil in the world. We're not that anymore, but we're unique in the fact that we've got 4 different strengths.
That is very unique, I would say. I've never seen a company doing that, which I really appreciate, because I understand, like, sometimes, you know, like, I want something for my daily usage, but I also want something for when I'm not feeling good. I'm really sick, and I want something like a little bit more powerful. It's something I just keep in my arsenal. I keep it in my cabinet. I don't use the extra strong or the strong every day. I don't. But when I'm not feeling good, I do grab for it.
That's a very good procedure to give to your audience, unless they want something powerful every day, you know, and then take the strong.
Could it be harmful to take something so strong every day?
Why not?
I know, like, when the world's just.
Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he recommended to take it on a daily basis, which is what he did.
But do we know what grade he was using?
Well, he was using seeds, you know, that he didn't have the access to have oil.
So the seeds would.
Although they could make oil in that time, it was found in the tomb of Tutankhamun. So
Right.
it recognized the benefits of black seed oil.
Now you're also selling seeds as well.
Yeah.
People can buy the bags of seeds, and that's wonderful too, because I know they're excellent quality, and you know, that's I personally have to have all of it in my house. I have to have the seeds. I have to have the oil. I just feel like without them, something's missing in my house, because it is such a sunnah to grab onto every single day. You know, I really encourage everybody, Muslim or not. You know, I tell family and friends who don't, you know, recognize the sunnah or anything, just the powerful benefits of black seed. So you guys can see an article that I wrote. I just posted it, and it's the one I was talking about that's backed by scientific research, that all these amazing benefits that are just coming out. And even some of the articles I read were saying this is just the beginning. They're just cracking, you know, scratching the surface of the benefits of the black seed, and they're starting to try to use it in clinical.
Absolutely. I mean, it was only in 1995 that the real research started, because previously it was the Islamic world who was researching it. They don't have the resources. But when the Europeans realized that this is a powerful alternative medicine, why do you think Nestle tried to paint it?
Who?
Nestle.
Who was that?
Nestle is a huge company that sells baby products and products. They tried to patent it as their own.
Oh, really? How can anybody patent?
Well, they tried. You know, if they succeeded, they would be very, very rich, because they are very, very rich anyway. But
you know, that's the thing I find so fascinating about prophetic medicine. If anybody, I need to write about this more, but if anybody is interested in prophetic medicine, there are so many good books out there that you can read, and a lot of the ingredients that are talked about to help alleviate symptoms or you know, provide remedy, they're inexpensive ingredients, like food ingredients or seeds.
Exactly. The greatest healer is, you know, God sent us the greatest healings.
Exactly.
But from the pharmaceutical companies, their bases come from herbs.
Exactly. And it makes me a little.
How are they going to heal people if they haven't got anything beneficial in them?
Exactly. I mean, that we know these things. I think the Muslim community has known these things, and sometimes we take it for granted a little bit, like because it's not an expensive drug or something that maybe it's, you know, I know a lot of Muslims who have said, oh, I didn't know about the black seed, or I just kind of ignored it. But, you know, I think that once the rest of the world catches on, you know, this stuff might become more expensive. So grab it now while you can, because, you know,
Anything can happen.
yeah. I mean, I like I said, I was really amazed when I saw the pressing machines at the market in Turkey. I see it like on the Tuesday market every single time I walk past it, and I say, wow, if you know, people just knew, like, you have this amazing remedy just across from the tomatoes. You know, like it's a fascinating thing. This thing's, you know, not everything expensive is what works, but we need to appreciate while we have it and while we have access to it. And you're doing such a fantastic job bottling it and putting it into these amazing products and grading it for us. I think that's such a service. I appreciate it so much. I feel like my pantry and my medicine cabinet is more complete now because I have these things.
Absolutely. Everyone's medicine cabinet should have it, and the reason for that is, to put it in a nutshell, black seed oil, it's just got so many healing capabilities. If you've got children, for example, and they fall over, they get a bruise, you put it on the bruise. It's an anti-inflammatory. It's gonna bring down the pain.
Amazing.
If they've got a cold, you know, give them a drink of black seed oil. It's going to strengthen their immune system, and strong black seed oil helps to open the breathways.
Yeah, and for people who are
insect bites, headaches, stomach ache, stomach problems. You know, the list just goes on and on and on. And this is what everyone should have in their home, because, you know, the kid's got stomach ache, or anyone's got a stomach ache, cuts, stings. You just get it out, you put it on, and they get better. Right. What is more unique about it is that not only is it powerful enough to be used it's safe enough to be used in the home for all of these diseases, but it's also powerful enough to be used at a GP level. Yeah, at a practitioner's level, and for various serious diseases like asthma, diabetes, cancer, which is a big conversation you can't talk about, but it can be used if it's used by the correct practitioner. And many people have written that they've cured their cancer after using black seed oil. It's not something we're going to, you know, it's not something that we can claim, because you can't claim, you know, cancer is a huge terrible illness, and it has to be done properly. But it is mentioned in the articles that I referenced in my article. There's a lot of there are clinical trials going on about that, which is fantastic news. Why is black seed patented for cancer? Not the black seed, but an extract of the black seed. An extract of the black seed has been patented by a pharmaceutical company for the treatment of cancer. Well, let's hope they keep it at a cost-effective price, because they can't patent black seed. If Nestle had done that, then yeah, the price would have been different. Well, let's hope it stays that way, because this is a really important. No one can patent it. You know, it's been used for thousands of years, and when Nestle tried to do it, there's so much uproar. You never know the way things go sometimes, but never know. But it's just there's too much history with it for any company to come and say this is our invention. Yeah, I hope that's the case, because, like you said, you know, it was discovered in King Tut's tomb, right? Is that what you said? It was discovered in tomb there was a small vial of black seed oil found in his tomb. Amazing. You know, I feel like a lot of us are very overwhelmed with so much stuff, especially in the Western world. And there's a
popularity of minimalism, right? A lot of people want to go very minimal and stuff. And like, when I think about it in terms of like medicine cabinet and kitchen pantry, this is sort of like one of those things that you could use for so much that you don't need all these extra products to, like you said, heal a wound, or put it on kids when they fall, or
eczema. If you've got a skin problem, put it on. If you get a cut, it'll help the healing. Bruises. It's just insect bites. It's phenomenal how much it works.
I basically
how many problems.
Flaxseed oil, olive oil, and argan. Those are
absolutely,
like
absolutely. Why argan oil? Argan oil, we've got it in our hair oil, but it's not so universal as olive oil and blackseed oil.
Right. It's a little bit more particular, but it's. I mean, I think it's one of those things that does come from the Muslim world, so it's something I like to support. And it's got that nutty taste, nutty smell, and it's very delicate to me. I really like to use it, but I think it's excellent for cosmetics. A little bit less known for culinary purposes, but
Yvonne, you say you like to support the Muslim world. It's very interesting because the Muslim world is, it's not supporting itself.
Exactly.
It's not supporting itself, and that happened. It's interesting that happened in 1923 in Turkey when they lost their caliphate, when they lost the head of the Islamic world. So from 1923, the Islamic world has been without a head, and that's why so many divisions have been created in the Islamic world. So if you want to support the Islamic world, you have to support yourself if you're a Muslim. And make sure your iman is good, and not to follow the diversions in this mad world.
And to go for what is halal and tayyib. I always tell people,
absolutely.
I'm not a fan of slapping a label on something saying it's halal when it's not healthy and pure and natural. Like, come on, we need to raise that standard of what is halal. Allah says, eat what is halal and tayyib. So we need to make sure that those two parts go together. And there are so many great people that I know from the Muslim world that are producing really great quality things, but they don't have the marketing power, or they don't have the ability to get into bigger markets. And so when I find them, I want to support them because they're doing something great, and that is halal and tayyib. And so, powerful products that come from the farms or the argan groves or things like that, like women's cooperative. There's all kinds of wonderful things, but we need to support them. We need to help them stand tall. And so,
whereabouts are you in Turkey?
Fethiye, southern Turkey. Yeah.
How far is that from Gaziantep?
I'm not sure the exact amount of hours, but I think it's a good 4-5 hours maybe north of me.
Really? Because we're starting a project of growing black seed there.
Oh, are you? Okay.
About it before, it's for Syrian refugees. They're going to be growing it so that they have a job.
Wonderful.
The charity that's been set up from a lady in England, in combination with a man who's from Syria, and we hope it will be successful, and we'll be able to sell the black seed oil.
So you're providing jobs. That's an amazing part of doing a great business.
Providing what?
You're providing jobs.
We're in the process of hoping to do so.
That's the thing. Like, I want everybody to understand. When I bring people on to my my show, I guess you could call it. I bring you guys on because I believe that you have given us a great service. Not just a great product, but you're giving us a service in the sense that you're providing something that we didn't make ourselves. And it's so powerful for our health and things like that. But in order to support that, people have to buy the stuff. And in doing so, then you can help other people. So your business grows, and then you provide jobs. And you're talking about helping the Syrian refugees in Turkey. Like that's something that our community really needs to appreciate, in my opinion. Because once other people in our community are helped, then our community can get stronger instead of weaker. So the economics is just a basic part of that.
Well, for all of your community who are watching, and if they're wondering whether they should buy it, do your research. Make sure you're buying from the right company. If you buy from us, we've got a 1-year money back guarantee. So if you feel like you could have got a better deal from another company, you can send it back to us. And some people do. We've got very, very low return rates, but the offer is there, and we stand by it.
We also have the capsules in our store as well. In My Halal Markets, you have all your products on My Halal Market. I just want to tell people you can get them also on your website, I also put a link there, theblessedseed.com. The products are also in the My Halal marketplace. And Fatima is asking, can you show the label up close so we can purchase the correct brand? I'll show it to you here, but I'm also posting links. So if you go to the links, you can see the labels as well there. And also
I can't see the bottle, Yvonne.
Sorry?
You have to put it in the middle. Put it to the right. That's better, yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. Hold on. There's the ingredients. Can you see?
Well, not really, but if they go to the website, they'll be able to view it.
Yeah, you guys can read the ingredients on the website as well. You guys did a great job with all your descriptions and so on. So take a browse and you can see everything that's there. It's not in the camera, Fatima's saying. What's not in the camera?
Bottle of black seed oil was not in the camera, but she wrote that at the same time as I said it to you.
Okay, yeah, just follow the links. I think that's a lot easier. And if you have any questions, I think that you can message us here. You can message on your website, theblessedseed.com, and My Halal Market. We will answer all the questions there too as well. So, is there anything else you would like to say to our audience, or if the audience has more questions, let's get those answered now. But I think for now, Krista is saying 1,000 kilometers Fethiye to Antep.
1,000 kilometers.
1,000 kilometers. Oh, that's.
Is that where she is? She's 1,000 kilometers away.
No, she's talking about from Fethiye to Antep, Gaziantep.
Oh, from where you are, really?
Yeah.
1,000 kilometers. Well, that's quite a distance.
That is quite a distance. I didn't think it was that far, but it is, I guess. I haven't gone there. I really want to go for the pistachio.
Actually, you did tell me before, but I didn't quite picture it. Is it near Mersin?
I don't know.
No, you didn't know.
I haven't gotten out that much, but I definitely want to go to Gaziantep for the pistachio kebabs. that's my. Every time I think of Gaziantep, I think of the pistachios.
They don't make pistachio kebabs. They make pistachio baklava.
Pistachio everything, right? Gaziantep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I've never been there, but I'll probably be going fairly soon, as they're going to be planting our seed there. We hope that they'll be able to do an extra strong black seed there in Turkey. If they can, then it will help our source. It will make it easier for us to supply.
I would love to see more products made in Turkey from black seed. That'd be wonderful. Turkey's such a blessed country with so many wonderful culinary ingredients, and it's just wonderful to see them put into such nice halal and tayyib products. So I definitely support that. So I think we've covered just about everything. Is there anything else you would like to say before we go?
Let's see. Now, do we have anything else to? No, I think that, as you said, we've covered everything.
There's one question. Fatima is asking, does black seed have a natural steroidal effect like cortisol? I couldn't answer that.
Yeah. I can't answer it either. I'm not a medical professional, but what it does is cortisone. I don't know what cortisone does, but what black seed does, because it works for asthmatic conditions. I think cortisone suppress the symptoms.
Probably.
So if, like the horse has got asthma, it's given cortisone, it doesn't suffer so much. Whereas black seed oil goes to the root of the problem and sorts it.
Yes. That's the huge
It
difference, right?
opens up the airways, gives the immune system a rebalance, you know. So if
Amazing.
many allergies are coming from the immune system overreacting,
Exactly. Overdrive.
so brings the immune system into balance. You know, if it's too weak, it strengthens it. If it's overworking, it brings it back.
Yes, yes. And that's what makes it.
How that works is just incredible, you know, and it's an incredibly complicated system to see how black seed works, you know, and you really have to be a doctor to explain it.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And in combination,
we're going to be doing that on the site. That's going to be taking place this year.
with a good diet and exercise, I think it's just I keep it as part of, like I said, of
A
my.
terrible time, especially in America, you know, where most people in America aren't looking after their health, they're looking after their pleasure, because it's a pleasure-orientated culture. So people believe they've got to enjoy themselves, but you know, the pleasure in life is every moment is a pleasure. You know, pleasure shouldn't be in eating a McDonald's, or the pleasure should be in enjoying every moment that you have while you're here.
Well, I think it's all a mindset thing. I think in America we have a culture of there's a lot of people who are into health and wellness, I would say, but there's not a really good understanding, I think, of getting to the root of things, because our our habit is going to the doctor and getting something to target one symptom instead of the whole body. And that's something we're accustomed to here. You go to the doctor, you complain about something, the doctor says, okay, well, I'll treat that symptom. But they don't generally treat the whole body at once. And that has really harmed us in many ways, because we're looking for fast solutions, right? And maybe I shouldn't say harmed us, but because this helped. But I think more and more people are looking at holistic medicine today, because they're realizing that the whole body matters, mind, body, soul. People are waking up to that a little bit slowly by slowly. And I think the current situation that we're experiencing is waking up a lot of people to really look at their health and say, where am I going wrong and what am I doing? And like healthy food and cooking at home is increasing a lot here. So that's a good thing. So maybe this tough situation and challenging time is going to, turn the tide. I hope it does, because our food system really, really needs some positive change here. Food and health.
Well, we're in, like you said to me the other day, but I'm not sure it's appropriate to speak about the end of times in this. Is it what people have come to look about with black seed oil? But we are living in very, very difficult and very stressful times. But Turkey, like you said, is a wonderful country. It's a country where you can walk in the street and you don't feel afraid. And that's because people still believe in Turkey. I know it's a huge amount of not praying in Turkey, but how many are praying? 25%. Now that's a huge amount.
Yeah, I love it there.
Are following their prayers.
Every country has its challenges and pros and cons, but I do feel like there is a sense of peace. And sometimes, I relate it to food always. I always say, like if people are eating well, I think it adds to the emotional stability. It adds to the psychological, stability, all of that, because, people are eating together. They're a little bit more social than other places. And, that adds to like the happiness factor, of life. So, there's just a lot of differences. I mean, I certainly enjoyed seeing that more than anything. I took some classes, like art classes, and all the ladies who came every single day brought homemade things and herbs and vegetables, and like
it's all part of their culture in Turkey.
It's the tea that keeps coming. It's the conversation that's going. It's a psychologically, socially healthy, that part I really realized like I needed to slow down and enjoy people more, because because in this here we just feel so stressed all the time, like work 24/7, and that's not what life is. So I try to do my best and keep my arsenal stocked, but it's not just putting something into your body. It's also people you surround yourself with, having a toxic free environment in that sense too, and things like that. So mind, body, soul. And so that's what I'm, trying to just promote more of, because I'm trying it myself. I think we all evolve and learn from our life challenges, and try to do better. When you know better, you do better, right? So hopefully this helps people to know better about one thing they can add to their life.
Flaxseed oil, absolutely.
Yeah.
Recommended by the Holy Prophet, found in the tomb of Tutankhamun, used by all the ancient healing masters. And now it's been rediscovered in the West. And why do you think Nestle wanted to patent it? Because it works, It's And if you think that it's something that maybe you will try or maybe you won't, try it. If you don't like it, send it back to us. 100% money back guarantee.
Thank you.
Marketing ploy, people don't send it back because they like it, and
that's
so
right.
It's up to you, everyone has to make their own decision in life, and I'm not going to come with a hammer and scythe and say you've got to do this and you've got to do that.
And where are you shipping? Where in the world are you shipping? I know we had orders from Singapore coming in, so that was awesome.
Problematic, because with this virus, all our postage system has changed. Germany don't send to America anymore, so we have to do it from England, and England charge phenomenal prices. But it's just a challenge that we've had to face. We have found a postal system where it is cheaper than the Royal Mail service in England.
Good.
So we're using that now. But it's just taking so long to get to people, It's taking, normally it would take 2 weeks. Now it's taking 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's with everything. You order shoes and they're taking too long to get here. It's just everything. Everything is slower. I mean, that's what we have to deal with right now. And hopefully this too shall pass. We're really praying. Maybe if everybody took some black seed oil.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Brother Abdullah, for being here today and enlightening us with so much great information about the blessed seed, the black seed. And we'll keep taking questions. So if you guys listen to this webinar, video, show, if you listen to it later, you can ask some questions and I'll try to get those answered for you. So thank you for watching, everybody, and you guys all have a great day. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.